So today's video is going to be a little bit different today. As you can see, I'm packing up the car, getting ready to pack up my family and head to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So in this video, just going to follow along with me in my journey to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And hopefully this video was helpful to you and giving you the information you need to know. So let me know if you've been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and what your favorite thing to do there is. There's actually 10 of us heading over there right now. My family, which is my wife and 2 daughters. My extended family, which is my brother-in-law and sister-in-law and their family, and my in-laws. So actually it's a pouring down rain here. We're about to, I don't know if you can see this very well. It looks to be a wet drive over there, but hopefully it won't rain the entire time there. So follow along with me and let's get to it. All right, we're in the car, ready to go. And let me just introduce the family to you. It's my lovely wife, Kristen.
Hi.
My oldest daughter, Claire.
Hi. Hi.
And my youngest daughter, Allison.
Hi.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Woo!
Let's do it. All right, guys, so I made it to Gatlinburg, and I'm at the cabin now, and take a look at this view of Gatlinburg, outside the cabin here. The cabin we're at is called For Spacious Skies, and we'll take a look here inside. Good morning, everyone. This is day 2 on our trip to Gatlinburg. On today's agenda, at least for this morning, the guys and I are heading to this place called Bluff Mountain, where they do ATV tours. So that's where we're heading to this morning. So just the guys. So I don't know what's on the agenda for this afternoon or this evening, but at least that's what we're going to do. The downside about this place is that you can't make reservations online. You have to go in person and do it. But hopefully we can do that this morning, and I'll check in later today about what we're doing this afternoon and this evening. So we just finished our first full day here in Gatlinburg, and today, like I said this morning, we were going to do our ATV tour today, but it was we ended up waiting in line because it's first come first serve, so there's no reservations that you can make. So we stood in line for about an hour and got our tickets for tomorrow morning. So instead of doing ATV this morning, we went and did some go-karting and played some arcades, and that was fun. Go-karting, I haven't done go-karting since I was probably in high school, so that was a lot of fun. And then we had lunch, and then this afternoon we just kind of rested. And then for dinner we went to Applewood Farmhouse restaurant, which is in Pigeon Forge. And to get from Gatlinburg, from where we were at, to Pigeon Forge, I would say the traffic is just awful. So from our cabin to the restaurant was only about 10 miles, but it took us probably 45 minutes to get there because the traffic was just awful. So if you're coming to Gatlinburg, expect heavy traffic between Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, especially when you're in Pigeon Forge. The main strip there is full of traffic, full of activity. So just expect that. And then tomorrow we're gonna do the ATV tour, and then we're gonna do, I think, gem mining in the afternoon, and then do someplace for dinner. So take you guys there tomorrow. Well, here we are near the end of day number 3 here in Gatlinburg. This morning we did the ATV tours, which was awesome. I did not get any footage of it because I was afraid of damaging my camera, so I left that in the car. But it was a great experience. If you're coming to Gatlinburg, I highly recommend you check out Bluff Mountain Adventures. The only downside was you had to go wait in line for tickets, which took about an hour to do. So I recommend, if you're gonna do that, go early so you get a spot. If you go there and you don't have spots for that day, you can book a couple days in advance, so just know that. And afterwards, we ate lunch at this place called Mel's Diner, which is located at the north end of Pigeon Forge. There was a little bit of a wait to get into, but they seem to get people in and out fairly quickly. We then proceeded to go gem mining, which was also in Pigeon Forge. It's a short drive from Mel's Diner. And there, you just go and you'd buy buckets of sand. And in the sand are a variety of different gems that you can find. So you take the bucket of sand and you would pour it into these sifters, and then you would drop it into this trough of flowing water, and then you would wash away the sand and leave the gems behind. The prices for these vary greatly. I think I saw the cheapest bucket of sand that you could buy was probably $25 or $30, and it went all the way up to $100. So it is pretty pricey, but you do get these gems. But the kids really enjoyed it. There's also an indoor part you can go to. You can take it in, and they have a variety of gems on display that you can go and compare yours to, so you can identify which gems you have. Or you can take it to a gem specialist who can give you more information about it, or even turn it into jewelry for you. And then tomorrow we are heading to Whitewater Raft, which I'm super excited about. Looking forward to that. I do whitewater rafting every year down in West Virginia, so to be able to take my girls and do that is gonna be a great experience for them as well. I hope they enjoy it. So that's it for today. Check with you guys in tomorrow. So at this time, I am recording on day number 5 here in Gatlinburg. Yesterday was the whitewater rafting day, which was awesome. I highly recommend if you want to take your family, even small kids. They'll take kids as young as 3 years old. I had my 4-year-old on there who had a cast, and she didn't even paddle. We just kind of stuck her right in the middle of the raft, and she was perfectly fine. No real serious danger or anything, so it was kind of more like a lazy river than a rapid. There were a few rapids, maybe class 1 or 2 if you know what that means. But nothing really dangerous. I think the name of the rafting place was called Smoky Outdoors, maybe. I'll get the name of it. I'll post a link in the video description. But I highly recommend that company if you're looking to do some whitewater rafting. It's a great experience all around. Afterwards, we ended up being in downtown Gatlinburg and got some pizza. Today, Day 5 was actually a work day for me. I worked most of the day. Had some clients on a trip that I had to, and they needed my help, so I spent most of the day helping them out. So that was fine. And then tonight for dinner, just the adults just went to Bullfish Grill. Adults minus one. One adult stayed here with the kids. Tomorrow, our last full day here in Gatlinburg. I'm not sure what we're doing in the morning. We do have one thing scheduled, which is a dinner show at Hatfield and McCoy's. I'll show some pictures and some video of that. Check in with you guys tomorrow for another update in my last day here in Gatlinburg. So I'll just do a recap of everything that's happened and just my overall opinion and my review of Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. So here we are on day number 6, our last day here in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, and we decided to check out Paula Deen's restaurant. And I meant to take pictures of the food before we started eating, but one thing led to another, and well, this ended up being the end result. So my apologies to Paula Deen for not representing her food in the best light, but I will vouch for the food. It is very delicious, and I would recommend you checking it out, but be sure to bring your appetite because it is all-you-can-eat family-style food. So this place is called The Island, which is where Paula Deen's restaurant is located. You can find The Island off the strip in Pigeon Forge, and you can easily find it by looking for the Ferris wheel. And what's different about the rest of the strip on Pigeon Forge compared to The Island is that everything here is centrally located, meaning that all your shops, attractions, restaurants are all within walking distance, as opposed to Pigeon Forge where you might have to drive from one attraction to another. So the good thing about The Island is it is free to get into. You just have to pay for each individual attraction or ride that you want to do, or they do have the option of buying a day pass where you have unlimited access to the rides and attractions that you want to do. So they even have this little trampoline bungee jump thing that my daughter was really into. So I would recommend The Island, especially if you have younger kids, or you might not want to drag them in the car between attractions if you're on the strip in Pigeon Forge. But here, as I said before, everything here is centrally located with plenty of food options and attractions for your kids to enjoy. So definitely check it out and consider it when visiting Pigeon Forge. So before I get into the Hatfield and McCoy show, if you are finding this video helpful, make sure you like the video and consider subscribing. I do post weekly travel-related videos that may help you when planning your next vacation. And getting back to the dinner show at Hatfield and McCoy's, the dinner show, when you first get into, you do get seated in tables of 4. So if you have a large group of people, just know that you will get split into four people per table. They do serve you rolls and a choice of soup to start, and then the entree here, as you can see, is family style. You get a bucket of chicken, pulled pork, mashed potatoes, corn, and coleslaw. As far as the show went, it was very entertaining. It had everything that you would expect from a dinner show, including dancing, music, comedy. There are plenty of other dinner shows you can see in the area. Off the top of my head, I can think of the Pirates of the Caribbean, a lumberjack show, there's a murder mystery show, and a magic show. But I will vouch for this show. It was very good, and I would recommend it to anybody who wanted to check it out. So before I end the video, I'll just give you my final thoughts on Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. There's certainly plenty to do in both cities and even the surrounding area, so you won't have to worry about running out of things to do. As I mentioned earlier, traffic is an issue, so make sure to give yourself plenty of time to get around, especially if you've made reservations somewhere. I will say, if you're going to visit downtown Gatlinburg, you'll have to pay to park, and you can expect to pay between $15 to $20 per vehicle. But unlike Pigeon Forge, where you will have to drive from one attraction to another, Gatlinburg is very walkable. So you saw in this video a small sample of the type of attractions you can do in this area, but if I were to compare it with another city, I would have to say it's very similar to Niagara Falls on the Canadian side, or even Myrtle Beach, where they have attractions such as this one, wax museums, go-karting, putt-putt courses, dinner shows, mountain coasters, etc. Gatlinburg does host a gondola that you can ride up to the top of a mountain, or you can choose to walk across a sky bridge. There is even a portion of the bridge that has a glass bottom, much like you would find at the top of an observatory. I did not get a chance to ride it, but I wanted to make you aware of it in case you wanted to check it out for yourself. I would definitely recommend both Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg as an ideal place to vacation, especially for families, because there is something for everyone to enjoy. And with the size of the cabins that they have in the area, it is really designed to accommodate large families. As far as the food goes here, I will knock it a little bit just because there really is not a whole lot of variety of food choices. We did run into some trouble deciding on places to eat because unless you want to eat family style meals or fast food or even breakfast food for every meal, there really wasn't much else. There were grocery stores nearby, so if you wanted to make your food instead, you definitely have that option. Well, I think I'll leave it at that. If you have any questions about anything I covered in this video or anything about Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg, feel free to comment below. And since I am a travel agent, if you would like me to help you plan and book your next trip to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, since I now have first-hand experience, feel free to contact me at btennis@dreamvacations.com. I will also have a full list of all the attractions, restaurants, and even the cabin we stayed at listed in the video description, as well as a link to a website where you can search and book for a good number of attractions and excursions, including the whitewater rafting excursion that we did on this trip. So be sure to check that out as well. That'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.